Which one should you buy, the Note 20 Ultra or the newer Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra? Hello guys, my name is Vic with PhoneArena, and I thought this to be a direct comparison between two of the best phones that Samsung is currently selling. But then I took a look at the prices and I saw that the Note 20 Ultra still retails for $1,300, while the S21 Ultra, the newer, more powerful phone, better cameras, bigger battery, costs $1,200, $100 less. And with recent deals, you can get the S21 Ultra for $1,000, which is just bonkers. Why is Samsung even selling the Note 20 Ultra? Just for the pretty bronze color? Let's dive in. Okay guys, the reason the Note series exists in the first place is of course that S Pen, which is integrated inside the phone, always at hand, very useful and very nice to have. Now, the Galaxy S21 Ultra is the first in the series to actually support the S Pen, so you can take the S Pen from the Note and write with it on the S series phone. Or you can buy an S Pen separately and again use it with the S21 Ultra, which is quite nice. But the S Pen that you buy separately for the S21 Ultra is not quite the same as the one that you get on the Note 20 Ultra. So let me explain what is the difference between the S Pen on the Note 20 Ultra and the S Pen that you purchase separately for the S21 Ultra. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the battery inside it. Yes, this little S Pen has a battery inside it and wireless connectivity. It means that it can support some truly magic features. For example, you can unlock your phone just by taking out the S Pen, or you can do those gestures with your S Pen and control your phone in this fun, magic, cool way. And you cannot quite do all of that on the S21 Ultra. Now, for just note-taking or painting on your phone, both these styluses will do a similarly good job, but it's those advanced functionalities where the Note still has the edge. Now, as for all else, I really have to cherry pick, because the S21 Ultra is clearly superior in most ways. But there are still some ways that I still prefer the look and feel of the Note phone. For example, while the Note is still undeniably a huge phone, it's pretty well balanced in the hand. While the S21 Ultra is a bit on the heavy side, you can definitely notice the added bulk, and because of that huge camera array on the back, the phone is kind of top heavy, so it's not properly weight balanced. And this means that just holding it in your hand, it would tend to want to kind of topple over, and that's not quite a pleasant sensation. But for all else, let's take a look at the specs, shall we? By the way, you can find detailed specs comparison between all phones that you can think of over at our website, PhoneArena.com, and that's what we've opened right now. So just looking at the screen, a very slight difference in favor of the Note, 0.1 inches. That might not seem like a lot, but just take a look at these two phones. It's a noticeable difference. And that's because the Note is actually quite much wider, and this means it has a larger screen area. So if you're reading text, playing games, you will definitely appreciate the larger screen area on the Note. The Galaxy S21 Ultra, on the other hand, is a tall and narrow phone, which means it doesn't quite have that high screen area, but it's very comfortable to hold and grip firmly with just one hand. And of course, both these displays are slightly curved. Going further over the specs, you will notice the same resolution on both phones, but with an important disclaimer. The S21 Ultra actually supports that high 120Hz smooth refresh rate at the maximum resolution, while to use that on the Note, you have to fall back to 1080p Full HD resolution, which is not quite optimal. Skipping over to the hardware, the S21 Ultra is powered by the newest and most powerful Snapdragon 888 chip, while the Note comes with the last generation Snapdragon chip from last year. And again, the difference in real life is not all that huge, but you're buying an expensive phone, a flagship phone. And in the case with the Note, you're buying a phone that actually costs more and you're getting a lesser processor. That's really not acceptable, and it's really kind of strange. And for all else, we have 12 GB of RAM on both phones, 128 GB of native storage. Yes, the Note 20 Ultra also supports microSD expandable storage, which is a nice extra, but let's think about it. How many people would actually use it? You have plenty of storage these days. I bet that the percentage of people that will use the microSD card slot is very small, but if you want that feature, you have it on the Note and you don't have it on the S21 Ultra. Next up, battery size. Again, the S21 Ultra emerges as the winner with a 5000 mAh battery against a 4500 mAh battery on the Note. And that's a huge difference. Just take a look at these benchmark scores. We test each of the phones that arrives in the office, and the S21 Ultra just blows the Note out of the water. In our web browsing test, it scores higher. In our YouTube video playback test, it also scored much higher, and also in our 3D gaming. This phone has a considerably better battery life. There's no difference in charging speeds, 25-watt charging on both, 15-watt wireless charging, both support reverse wireless charging. And shall we even talk about the cameras? The S21 Ultra comes with 4 different cameras, and most importantly, it has 2 telephoto zoom cameras, a 3x one and then a 10x periscope style lens, which means that it gives you much better zoom quality compared to the single 5x zoom camera on the Note. Just take a look at a few examples and you'll notice the sharper, cleaner detail coming from the S21 Ultra, and also that new zoom lock feature is particularly helpful when you go 50x or even 100x zoom that is only supported on the S21 Ultra. The phone stays locked on your subject very nicely and it's very easy to capture a photo, while with the older Note, the image kind of wiggles around and it's hard to capture a photo when you're zoomed in so far. Okay Vic, some may ask, but what about the main cameras? That's what we'll be using most of the time, right? Well, yes, the differences there are not huge, but again, the S21 Ultra has a slight edge in challenging conditions like against the sun, HDR photos, or nighttime photography. Again, the S21 Ultra emerges as a slightly better camera phone. And at the end of the day, you just notice that all of these advantages pile up and up and up, and at the end of the day, you see that the S21 Ultra is a far superior phone. And of course, that makes sense. It's the newer phone. It's supposed to be better. But what's not supposed to happen is that the price of the older one has to go down, and in this case it hasn't. I was wondering about this, and to me this says that Samsung has done something really interesting. It has reconsidered, it has changed its priorities. Let's look back at 2020. The S20 Ultra, starting price $1,400. The Note 20 Ultra, the price goes down a bit, $1,300. The S21 Ultra, the price falls even further, $1,200. With deals you can get it for $1,000. So to me, this is a bit of an admission. Samsung admits that it was a bit wrong to price its phones so highly, limiting their reach to only a few elite users that would be able and willing to spend that much money on a phone. While really, these high-end phones should be in reach of many more people, and especially now in these tough times with the coronavirus and the COVID crisis. So there you have it, guys. A kind of a comparison between the Note 20 Ultra, but really it makes no sense in 2021, in the S21 Ultra. Now let me know what you think about these two phones. Do you think there is still a reason why the Note series should exist when the S series now also supports the S Pen? I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. My name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to get the latest videos out first.